Hello everybody and welcome to the Life of a Board Gamer. With me as always is Daniel.
Hello.
And I'm Slaven.
You forgot to say.
What?
What's your name?
And I'm Slaven.
You have to say first, then introduce me. I gave him the intro because we are doing another top 10 list, which is super unusual for us.
Yes.
We were absent for a year.
Yeah.
So we decided to switch things up.
And we are ready for some new stuff.
See, it's not that easy to do an intro. Right?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It does an amazing job. I cannot do it.
I'm amazing. So today we are talking what everybody is talking about, and it is ESSEN SPIEL 2019, and it is top 10 list of the games that we are hyped about.
Correct.
I'm hyped more than 10, like 40, 50 games. And the thing is, every game on my list could easily be number one because I'm equally hyped about them. And I have to apologize. I will probably not know much
with
about
a
the
lack of
games.
information, for both of
There's
us.
not a lot of information about some games. Some of them there are information, so we'll talk more about those. But
one thing though, we made about games. Right, not expansions.
No, I just last minute decided to ditch one expansion, but
we will
honorable mention,
mention
Terra Mystica expansion.
Okay, I have 3.
Yeah, honorable mention Terra Mystica expansion.
But you have another one.
Neuroshima expansion.
No, another one.
Honorable expansion.
Yeah,
I probably have
to mention. Baron Park.
Baron Park.
Underwater cities.
Also underwater cities. I mean, there's a lot.
This is not the list about expansions, so this is about.
There's a lot of expansions and games and everything. But shall we start? Who shall go first?
You can go first.
I can go first this time. Be back in a second. Okay, so my number 10. Basically, it could be number 1, so keep that in mind. I should just put 1 before each of mine.
Like no numbers.
Number one. Yeah. So my number 10 is a game from the guys that did Outlive, La Boîte de Jeu, if I'm explaining correctly. It's a Wonderful World. It is a card game about civilization building.
Some cover. I'm interested for that.
Yeah, it looks
I don't
really
know much
nice.
About it.
It kind of a tapestry kind of remind me of it.
So semi-worker placement with cards.
No, not in a gameplay, but in an art. Like when I when I got those futuristic guys and fellows. Basically, you are using some cards to build stuff and then explain. I don't know much about the game. It was a Kickstarter version. It is out for a little bit of time now.
Yes,
I know, but I know I liked it. And I want to explore it more, but I don't know much about it.
I'm interested.
Except that artwork looks really.
I want to try
nice.
it. Possibly it will be a demo there. You never know, Anessa.
And I think there will be. It will be at the BlackRock booth.
But since he is getting one, I don't need to.
You don't need to. Yeah, we do that. So my number 10 is It's a Wonderful World.
Okay, my number 10 is a little game about perfumes.
It is called Perfume.
No. Aqua Mirabilis. So it's a specific worker placement set in the 17th, 18th century, I'm not sure, where you are the supplier of various perfumes and you're competing with your fellow perfumers. I don't know much.
Sniffers.
I only know how the board looks. It looks fancy. And I know it's a worker placement. It's weird for me to go so much into the worker placement. But this one sparked a bit, and also I think some of the known reviewers already said that they're hyped about it, so I'm quite easily hyped when someone
I'm hearing about it first time,
right?
Probably due to the theme.
Yes,
because the theme really doesn't appeal that
abstract,
much.
yeah.
Like Rococo, for example, that game.
Exactly.
It's like you're sewing dresses and the theme is completely. I don't care about it, but the gameplay. Gameplay is good. Yeah.
Well, it's a good Euro.
So it's a game about perfume.
Yes. That's number 10. No. Aqua Mirabilis. Okay, so my number 9 is a game from WizKids.
You have a cheat
heard
sheet.
About it? Yes, I have a cheat sheet. I'm reading about it.
I don't have one because we are filming on it.
Okay, what is it? Flotilla. From WizKids. I think you know about it.
Yeah,
a lot
I know.
Of people are really hyped about it because it seems that it has 2 different modules. It's a card game about post-apocalyptic Earth in which, similar to Waterworld movie, the water rise.
Oh, I was not aware of that. I thought it was like, I don't know what century ship
No.
thingy.
It's post-apocalyptic.
It's post. Oh,
And
now
you
I'm
have a
mega
city-
hyped.
Your city
wait.
on a surface,
I need
and
to
you're
refresh
trying
myself
to
now.
rebuild your
I'm super
civilization or whatever. There's a reoccurring theme for that. Plus, there's some kind of a mechanic where you flip all the cars in one moment and they are completely something else. So I don't have a lot about that game.
Okay, now I'm three
Flotilla.
times more interested just because I was completely unaware that theme is post-apocalyptic and I'm a sucker for that.
So one part of the game is the sink side, where you're commissioned by world leaders to explore the new face of the ocean, while the other side, which you flip, is the sky side by selling your things and growing the flotilla. So
but
the city.
the cover doesn't look like
Yeah, it's that
anything
city.
post-apocalyptic. But I thought it was just like an island and there are ships coming there and you're
No,
trading
no.
stuff, probably something like that. I don't. It looked interesting, but I was not aware.
Number 9, flotilla.
Well. And my number 9 is, I have to read it because you cannot remember this. It is Trismegistus, the Ultimate Formula.
Yeah.
It is a dice game,
Yes.
dice placement game, something in along those lines. It's David Turci, the guy who did Anachrony, and I'm kind of his little fanboy.
Is that from the same company?
No.
No?
That is by Board and Dice. The guys who did the Dice Settlers, who's also David Turci. I'm his little fanboy. He knows that. I already told him that. So yeah, basically, I saw a tagline of the board game. Like there are dice that are divided like on some kind of circles, like in a Azul.
In Azul, yeah.
And then it says the color of the dice matters when you take it.
Okay.
The placement of the dice matter where it is.
Okay.
The symbol on the dice matters, and also it matters what die it was, like if you take it first or second or third red or something like that. So everything matters. I mean, David Turci only did Turci. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. David only
We should
did.
call him David.
David
From
only
now on.
did
Only
like we are so good. Like
Like
me and
share-
David, yeah, we are like bros.
Yeah.
I just bumped the mic. Nice. So he just did the solo, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, that game, when I saw how everything matters, I guess it will be like a lot of analysis paralysis in this game, and I should not probably play it with some people that tend to minimax everything.
Yeah, you know who
You know who you are. So, but it has dice, and I'm a sucker for dice. And when I saw that it matters which color, what placement, which symbol, what die, like something like that, and I was like,
To me, it sounds very complicated.
I think it's not that complicated.
Could be like Anachrony, right? It's super complicated to learn.
Anachrony, maybe it's, I don't know.
Anachrony is super complicated to learn.
It looks like it's complicated game, but
No.
once you get through
to learn.
motions, but to learn how to play, yeah,
It's
to
super
be
complicated.
efficient.
I think the complicity, right? Complexion, whatever.
Complications.
Yeah, but how hard to learn a game is completely different than how to play it, right?
I could see what you are saying, and
There are a lot of games that you can easily learn, but you understand the
You need to
difficulties in
master
yes.
them,
But this
like-
one is both cases, and the difficult part is
I
that
don't
you
know.
learn.
It is one of the rare games.
But you like
that
those weird, very tough to learn games, like
I don't know
Too
why.
Many Bones.
Yes. No, but too many
Reminds
bones,
me of that because it has so many options, so many dice, so many difficult.
everything. But I think that it's not that complicated as Too Many Bones. Too Many Bones is overall complicated to learn, but it's easy to play.
Exactly.
But this one is completely opposite. Maybe it looks like it's completely opposite. It's like the rules are simple, but yet you have to play a lot to learn how to work. I don't know. Yeah, but it is Trismegistus, the ultimate formula. Really weird name. Number 9. Number 8. My number 8 is a twist on a game that I pre-owned, but then I decided to sell it because it didn't work well with more than 2 players. And even though I still like it, but the deck building aspect of it killed it for me, and that's Imperial Settlers. But the game I'm talking about is Imperial Settlers: Empires of the North. It is basically Imperial Settlers. No, it is not. It is a different game. It is Imperial Settlers and all that, but you don't have to pre-build your decks. In Imperial Settlers, you had to build your decks that you will play with, your special cards, and then your the main deck where can everyone draw from.
Yes.
Like I don't know, the shared deck.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, you pick which race you want to play. You have your cards. That you go and play against them.
The same game, just an expansion.
No, there is an expansion for it already. Now this game is out for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
Not like super too long, but it is out for some time now. And I don't know. I think it is what Imperial Settlers should be at first. Because that deck building aspect, once you buy all the expansions and you get like tons of cards, and then you have to go through them and decide which would be the best to play. And I don't know, the game didn't.
No,
Play.
we see more and more that most of the games actually work with one expansion, maybe even without expansions, because some just make it too big, too large,
too convoluted and prolong the gameplay unnecessarily, and I don't know, but this one, it looks like an expansion is just you take the deck of cards, you take your whatever you get
and just
your
go.
board and just go.
I appreciate
And
that a lot.
and I like that, and I liked Imperial Settlers, but
Yeah, I like that
I
game
think
too.
this one will be, I will like it more.
Mm-hmm.
So that is my number 8, Imperial Settlers, Empires of the North, and there's also expansion.
My number 8 is a very similar game with a team to the Flotilla. It's Paris New Eden from Atago. Paris New Eden is again rebuilding after apocalypse, post-apocalyptic Paris, in which you are rebuilding a city, which I think could be on your list because it has dice, it has drafting, and it's building.
Really? I know, I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Okay.
100%. I'm bringing it home. It is just the thing is. Can I just quickly explain?
Yes,
Then you
of
can
course.
go. There's so many games that I like. I was so hyped about so many games that I just decided to rank them by the thumbs that they're getting from the people that are most hyped, so to say. And then I just scroll down and not pick the first 10, but in first 15 I found my 10 because there was like 30 games in those first 10.
But when you look at them, they have a recurring theme. Plus, what we lately discovered is that every second year, ESSEN has the big releases, right?
Bigger, yeah,
Better,
better,
big,
like
better games. I don't know how to explain
more
it, but like
hype about.
yes.
Last year there
were plenty of games, but they were not the higher price, the higher.
There was no super huge hype about some game or something.
No. This year again it has. 2 years ago it had. So one of my games is Paris New Eden. Just to continue, it's just about rebuilding Paris after apocalypse. Everything is green, everything is nice, and your dice are your workers, which you need to fetch. Similar to the game that you were describing before. So it's a very nice game, and you can even pre-order it from Matago for ESSEN release.
Which I did.
Number 8. My number 7 is a game from Mibo, and it's a Portuguese company which already have a game, and I'm getting something else.
It's a Japanese style game.
No. Mibo
Sounds
is
like
Portuguese. So Portuguese is...
Still
anyway, a perfect little game called Porto. Porto is a game about building those little towns and cities, but it's actually about building buildings. So you're adding floors and stuff like that. I don't know if you played Walking to Burano.
No.
Okay, it's a similar game to that one in which you are just building the buildings, and it has beautiful art, quite an interesting mechanics inside, and again, a company I love. Mibo is a great company. I already have Estoril from them, and it's a beautiful little game to start with. It's one of semi-filler games for this, and probably the only one I have
the
on my
same guys
list.
that did Astro?
Yes, Portuguese.
I
ones.
never heard of them.
Mibo 7,
Porto. And my number 7 is a game called Sierra West. It is also from Dice and Meeple, but
I was interested for that game, and then Anna said no.
Because it looks like a dry, boring Euro or something.
Yes.
No, but I like that. I don't know almost anything about the game, except that I saw that mechanic where you have to go from left to right, and then you put cards how you want to activate. And I like that when you are trying to.
Yes, it has a new mechanic for a Euro game.
I don't know, it just looked interesting. That mechanic looked interesting, and just solely for that, I was super interested in it. And I thought it's something I would. I like Euro games very much, so I thought it would. But I'm getting it, so it's okay. You can play it whenever you want. You can come here and don't tell us.
Nice.
So yeah, that is my number 7, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Sierra West. It has some cool mechanics. It has some Western theme. I think it's about gold.
I think it also gold diggers or something like that.
Something
Yes.
I'm really not sure, but I like the mechanics in it. That's why I'm getting it.
It seems that we like team, but we prefer mechanics over the team.
Yeah, almost always.
Yeah.
I would completely don't care about mechanic if someone did a Stargate game. Yeah, I'm still moaning about it. What can you do? Okay, so my number 7, Sierra West. That's it. So my number 6 is a game that I have, sort of have. It is here. It is Orleans Stories.
Yeah, expected.
It is basically...
Although it's a story. It's not something you're relying.
No, it does. It is just the same theme as Orleans, but I think that it doesn't have. What did you say?
It has a storybook.
It has a storybook, right? That's what I'm about to say.
You always wanted a game like that, but you never knew which one to get.
Yes, I was but I just delved into some storybooks like this one here. So basically, it is Orleans in a sense of mechanics and everything. You are back building and going, but you are telling story throughout the gameplay.
I don't get it how it goes.
Yeah, there's really not that many informations or pictures to have a
how
conclusion.
Will they combine back building with storytelling?
Like you pull out the chit, it's a blue, you have to put it here, and now you have to tell story because he's
an old
peasant,
man,
peasant that collects grain, and you have to tell the story how the grain is made.
We would make a perfect game.
Yeah,
but we don't.
I mean, what? So it is basically storytelling. That's what I'm after these last few months.
Years, I would say.
Years searching for that one storytelling game. And this one looks interesting because I really love Orleans and it has the same theme and back.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to go into something if you already know what to expect from the mechanical part, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I'm looking forward to it. I don't know much about it besides what I told you just now. Nice. It is what it is. Nice. I'll tell you in a review when I got to play it. What is your number 6?
My number 6 is
a
super huge game called Western Empires. Western Empires is a civilization type. Actually, it's a sequel of sorts to the big civilization.
Is that one that has a sea and a ship and something? And it's
it
has a humongous box.
Yes.
Coffin size box.
Oh, yes. But the older one, if you remember, our colleague got it for 1 kuna, the previous iteration.
That's the version of that.
Yes, but this is the advanced version with everything reworked, and it costs 3 times less.
Okay, but does it still take like a few days to play?
Yes. Jeez. I expect it to last in 5 players. It should last around 8 to 12 hours.
Are you planning to get this?
Yes.
Or you are?
No, I already pre-ordered it with miniatures. Because it has Wonder miniatures.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
I know I didn't know that was that game.
Any civilization type game, I have to get it automatically.
I know. I also started to delve more into these civilizations game, these civilization type games, and I like them really much.
Yeah.
But that I saw and I thought it was like, no, maybe it's like 3-4 hours, but that is
no. That is the big one. So in 5 players, it should last around 8 to 12 hours. I don't care. I always wanted it, but it was too expensive. Right? The previous iteration was almost 200, 300 euros or something like that when it got out, and I like expensive games, but when it's all cheats, but nothing to show.
Who will play it with you for?
I don't know. I will just set it on the table and play as 5 players. I don't care.
And eat on the floor. Like for 5 days straight, I'm eating from the floor because my table is taken by the game.
That's my game for number 6, Western Empires.
Nice.
Okay, my number 5. My number 5 is a game from CGE called Sanctum. Dice drafting, dice playing, and killing monsters. Since it's a direct ripoff, I will say that, I don't care, a ripoff of Diablo. And both Anna and I played Diablo for 7-8 years, I don't know how long, Diablo 1, Diablo 2, Diablo 3, and everything in between. So we automatically wanted to buy that game, and as soon as CGE showed up and said, yeah, this is pre-order, I clicked. So it's done. So you literally, if you know anything about Diablo, you can just pre-order this game and say, okay, I'll play it. So Sanctum. And also it's made by Croatian Philip
designer.
Yeah. Which is an awesome recommendation for the game.
Yeah, he tends to do games, board games that are inspired by computer games.
Yeah, I noticed.
Like the Adrenaline is definitely inspired by Unreal or
any shooter. Yeah,
any shooter that is like spacey or like Quake, Unreal. I get that feeling when I'm playing Adrenaline, and this one really looks like Diablo.
Yeah, Diablo style. So
and that's my dice and dice placement and everything.
Yes, dice.
Ooh, awesome.
Number 5, Sanctum.
Yes. And my number 5, we are at 5.
Yes.
Is Ishtar, Gardens of Babylon.
Yes, beautiful.
It is a beautiful game of you are trying to build hanging gardens or something.
I don't know. It has deserts and
it has deserts.
Flowers.
It's yellow, so the artwork is like gorgeous, and it is not on the list because I have right now for 7 more days running an Instagram giveaway for the goodies for the Ishtar. It is basically you will get some extra cards that you will replace with those foil cards. That you will replace the regular card in the game just to make it even more prettier than it is.
I don't know how you can. It's beautiful.
It has nice, cute little meeples and everything. You are building gardens, so it's something I'm also. I read what it's about and I was interested.
Yeah,
even the looks and everything.
The only reason why I gave up on that game is because for now a year or something, I want to get through the desert, but never gets on the buying list. But through the desert, it's kind of similar, right? You're putting stuff on the table, trying to fix some, and it's similar one. So I'm getting that one, but I'm happy that you're getting this one. Cool, awesome.
So that is my number 5.
Yes,
Ishtar, Gardens of Babylon. My number 4, I'm interested in just because of the cover. The game is out, I think, for a little bit now. I'm not really sure. And it is called Atlantis Rising.
Atlantis Rising?
Rising.
Atlantis Rising.
Atlantis Rising.
Oh, I keep starting that.
It
comes in 2, 3. It comes 2 weeks after I sent to my home. I didn't want to pick up at Essen.
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because more room. Well.
No, but it's okay. I mean, we'll go with the plane and send one person with the van full of games.
No, they said because it's being released on Essen and they messed up the shipment. It's usual Kickstarter sometimes.
It happens.
Yeah, so they said you can pick it up at, but I already paid for the shipping. You know, it wasn't an option during the backing. Oh. It was now because they released it at Essen. They felt bad because of that. They said you can pick it up at Essen. But I said I already paid for the shipping, so
I'll make you pay.
I mean, I already paid for it, so it's
if
fine.
You pick it up, it's free money for that.
Plus, we had last year a problem with all the games from Essen because we didn't have a room in a van.
And this year, it will be the same.
Yes.
You'll see a vlog about it probably.
Anyway, Atlantis Rising, yes, it's
Atlantis Rising. Yeah, it looks gorgeous. Artwork Vincent Dutre is really.
No, it's fantastic.
It looks great. I saw some gameplay, but I'm not really sure.
It's a full cooperative game in which you are trying to save your people from destruction, and you're actually that's another perk for him. You're actually building a Stargate.
I know. That's why I was interested in it because it kind of has a Stargate. It's not the one that I'm after, but it will do while I wait for.
But it could be thematically. It's a perfect sense for a Stargate to start, right?
Like you're
building,
come to one planet and everything starts to deteriorate and destroy them. They're trying to save the people before everything is ruined. I think there's like few episodes that are completely
similar. Yes.
But yeah, that is my number. I forgot the number. Number 4.
Yeah.
Atlantis Rising.
I would just say it's not on my list because it's a Kickstarter, so I'm getting it anyway.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't, yes, it would be also. Yes, it would be on my list.
Okay.
My number 4 is.
This was number
4.
4.
Yes, this was number 4.
Oh, jeez.
My number 4.
I didn't wrote the numbers. I just put them. I killed him.
Sorry, I'm dying.
He's gone.
So Medic. My number 4 is a game full cooperative negotiation semi-traitors, I'm not sure. Game called King's Dilemma. Did you hear?
I heard about it, but the part
Horrible
where,
games.
yes, but the part about legacy turned me off because
Yes, it's a pure legacy game.
I just don't have time for the legacy games.
I'm not sure if it's repeatable legacy actually, so you can play it with many people, different people can play it and stuff like that.
I know, but the
But in
legacy
any case,
aspect of it just
it seems like you have to collect all the legacy games except the hyped ones.
except the one that started everything.
Yes. But in any case, King's Dilemma is the one where people are voting on different quests and storylines that show up. So I don't know, we are, usually how it goes, we are in the court and we are deciding for the king what to do. That's why it's called King's Dilemma. So the king has a dilemma and we need to solve those dilemmas. So will you sack a village or will you help the villagers get food? Will you stop a rebellion or will you allow it to go? And stuff like that. And we are all together deciding, and we are deciding for our house, like in Game of Thrones. Each one has a different house. So it's quite an interesting game, and I really want to try it because it seems the mechanics are non-existent, right? It's just negotiation. Put your token if you're bidding for it, see what happens, and see and read through it. So it's kind of choose your own adventure game, and I like those. What can I say?
Sounds interesting, but legacy stuff.
Yeah, number 4, King's Dilemma. Okay, so number 3 and number 2 and number 1 can be easily switched on and off, whatever you want. Between these top 3, these are my...
It's like...
So, number 3, just because of 3, it's Cooper Island by Capstone Games.
I saw the cover, but I don't know anything about the game. I saw some sheep on the cover and that's all.
Exactly, and that's about the game, right? You're exploring islands and building stuff on it. Building buildings.
So you just come randomly to an island, build a house here.
Yes.
No.
In essence,
build a house there.
One thing, I didn't read the rulebook since...
Is it happening on the Adriatic Sea?
No,
because it has lots of islands. Adriatic Sea has lots of
it's just
islands.
an exploration of an island. I'm not sure if it has a specific place, but what's super special about Cooper Island is it has the altitude. Okay. Same if you remember that Ceylon game with T, where you're... So it has that, and it, I don't know how, but Capstone Games keeps providing good games. Yeah. Really good games. Yes. But one other thing, I think the difficulty is 4. Or something like that.
Ooh,
it's really heavy game.
Heavier
so,
stuff.
Yes, very heavy.
The cover lies then. The cover looks like it's
between 3 and 4, and I'm very, very hyped about this one. Cooper Island, number 3, from Capstone.
My number 3 is crossover. Dun, dun, dun.
I know which one.
Which one?
Sanctum.
Sanctum. Because Diablo, because miniatures. I mean, it's like lots of miniatures, but it has 4, I think, really cool miniatures.
I don't know how many. I think it has 5. It's 5 players, no?
Is it not 4? It doesn't matter. It has miniature for each player.
Yes.
It has dice placement, where you roll the dice and you place them and try to kill the monsters and everything, and it is Diablo. I remember...
thing about Sanctum, I just remembered that's special is that every player is for its own. It's not a cooperative game.
Yeah.
So every player goes through the dungeon. It's like playing 5 or 4, whatever players are playing Diablo at the same time, but for its own.
But when the loot drops out of the monster, everyone is just speaking like crazy.
We'll see.
No, but it just the look at the box takes me back to a day when the LAN parties and we had like, I almost said board game club. Like a club where the guy held where you could go and play the computers that were in a network, and we would like pay 30 kunas and then play.
They still exist. Those little cafes or something like that.
I don't know.
There are a couple.
There are 1 or 2 maybe, but we hang there because it was like 12, 30 people, and we were all really good with each other. We would like hang out together, having fun and everything. Being stupid kids.
Yeah, and playing these games.
And and I don't know, it just brings so much great memories about Diablo and everything when I see that cover. Yeah. Like that big head on it.
Yeah, it's Diablo. Yeah, but we shall call it Sanctum.
Yeah, so that's my number 3.
Yes.
Oh, one more thing before I knew about that game before they told about it, because Philip told me that he's doing on some game that is. I was like, that sounds like Diablo.
Yeah.
I had
Nice.
inside info.
Nice.
That's like only ever
Don't
inside
say-
info I ever had.
Don't say Diablo 6.
No, I know it's Sanctum, but I said it kind of feel like it doesn't matter. Number 3. My number 2 is a city building game. What did I just?
Really?
It is city building game.
Okay.
It is called. No, it really like half of these games are pro.
No. I mean, it's very simple. If it's the one I think
It's
about.
number 2.
Yeah.
It's Mega City Ocean.
A Mega City Oceania.
Yeah.
Okay, I expected that little one, the flower, but how it's called?
I know.
Bloomtown.
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 No. Bloomtown is not on the list. Spoiler alert. Yeah, Mega City Oceania. When
I didn't know you were so hyped about it.
Oh yes. I mean, it has some like dexterity aspect. Where
It
you
has
have
a lot
to,
of dexterity.
yeah, it has lots of dexterity, but it is good thing that you are doing that while others are playing their turn, so you have to meddle with it, and then when it comes to you, you have to
And that's
push it.
what I wanted to say. That's the worst part of the game.
And
I
if it
literally,
falls
I'm
over,
so afraid of that part. Like, you literally. Have
I mean,
to make
I have a
building,
shaky
and then
hands. I have shaky hands, and it's my number 2.
Just imagine doing it on my table where it has a little nudge, right? It's like it's wave.
No, but the look, how the game looks when you build all these, this transparent plastic and opaque.
And which ones are you using?
And
Also
which one depends,
something.
and you need to achieve some heights and whatnot, and then I don't know. It just looks like so futuristic, so
After you
awesome.
build it, you have to push it.
I wish that I saved some of my drawings that I did on the last page of the when I was at the school, and you don't want to listen on the class and anything. Then you switch to the last page and you draw some stuff like graffiti or whatever you do. I was always drawing these buildings, these weird shaped buildings. I went to the school.
Yeah, I wanted to say, you know what school he went to.
Engineering school, so I did draw lots of buildings that are completely that. And when I saw it, it was like, again, like with the Sanctum just earlier, it is like, that's my childhood, teenage years, that's my teenage years in a board game, and it's a city building, everything about it, I just love it.
We have to try to play that on ESSEN also before. Just to try it, probably.
I will not get it at ESSEN, because they have limited copies flew in, and if they sell out, I mean, I will try to persuade them to if they don't sell out, to give me one for review. But they said after ESSEN they are definitely sending me one for review, so we'll see.
Can't wait. I really want to
I definitely want to go there and sit down and try to play it. Yeah.
We have a date.
So that's my number.
Okay, my number 2 is a little game. Again, from Capstone Games. They're killing it for me.
Again.
And again, from a man who does great games. And it's a different copy. But they said something a few days ago that got my heart pumping again.
You
for
said a
this
little
game.
game, and I'm thinking about.
No, it's a big game. It's a big game. Just
then I know what it is.
it's a copy of Great Western Trail. Just imagine it in combination with Terraform Mars.
Okay.
It's a game called Maracaibo.
Maracaibo? Oh no, I was thinking.
So Maracaibo is actually a combination.
I already don't
Great
like
Western Trail and Terraforming Mars.
I already don't like it and love it really hard.
Exactly.
It's mixed feelings. No,
So,
I liked it.
I
like
love
Great
Western Trail.
Yeah, it's a great game.
I only again people who know me, they know that I do not like Terraforming Mars unless if it's played with everything, because I found the base game very dry and too much PvP between the players. But if you play it with everything, it's a perfect game, literally. With combination with the Great Western Trail, the tile laying, the aspect of travel, perfect. It's in the Caribbean. I don't know what to say more.
I know it's really high up with the likes, and it's really hyped up.
It should
on
be.
Board Game Geek.
It should be.
I know I didn't fell for it. Yeah. Not because of the Great Western. I didn't even know
You
it
don't
is
know
comparable to it.
What's
but
good?
You know it's good. So we are there. We are
Yes,
going there.
number
We are
2.
literally going there.
Number 2, Maracaibo. And number 1, a game I'm so hyped about.
It's like,
It's a third game with PostApocalypse.
did you dream about it?
Yeah.
That you are so hyped that you dreamt, like actively dreamt about it. It's like, oh my god, I'm doing. It's a PostApocalypse. Is that one with the girl
Yes.
on the front
Yes.
cover? I forgot the name.
Zona Secret of Chernobyl.
Zona.
So, third game in which post-apocalypse, but this one is about the Zona. So whoever played Stalker, whoever watched the movies or ever wanted to have fun in the Fallout type setting, it's this one. It has miniatures, it has dice,
I
it has
thought
movement.
I love post-apocalyptic games,
No.
but
No.
I guess you're the number one lover.
No. I will. For example, I didn't buy the Fantasy Flight game, the Fallout one, because I found that too dry. I don't know.
I
But
played
this
it
one
once.
has everything what I want.
I played it once and it was okay game. I don't know.
Fantasy Flight tends to overdo their games. Too much content for its own good, right? They put all the cards, all the tokens, and you have 1 hour of setup, explanation, then you play, you have fun, okay, fine, then again 1 hour. I like the games
It's really
which,
weird.
yes, but this one, can't
It
wait,
was
can't wait. Zona, Secret of Chernobyl, my number one.
And my number one is a game that is a city building game. Oh my god, not again. Yeah, I'm city building game fan. What I can do. I think I even dreamt of playing this one. I lost memories, but I think I did. I really think I that's why I asked you, did you dream about it? Because I think I did dream about this one. And I even kid when I was talking with the publisher or the email, I even kid that I'm dreaming about your game, but it was like,
so which one?
I know it sounds
Please,
weird. So it's era medieval age.
That one.
Yeah, era medieval age.
That one.
I am so hyped
He's a
about
little
that
kid.
game.
He's literally a little kid.
It is like roll and write. You are rolling dice.
Yes, but
but
you're putting
then
real buildings
you
inside.
are, and there's ton of buildings, small buildings, and you have like pegboard, and then you peg them on there.
You are aware
and
that you
you're-
have a 3D printer and you can make your own buildings. And
No, it's not.
put
the
them
same.
on
No,
paper.
I still don't know how to 3D print correctly. So it is like dream come true.
No,
I mean, I like city building games. For example, Quadropolis is a great game, but it still lacks
there was
that
a game we
3D
both
aspect.
suffered on Kickstarter, if you remember, with the same idea, but it had a modern city in which you had, I don't know how many, 100 something little miniatures of buildings.
Big cities.
Yeah.
The name of the game, I think.
Big cities. I don't
Big
know, but
cities.
it was too expensive.
Yeah, it was
It was
super
something
expensive.
crazy, and we said both we are very sorry about that.
Yeah,
But this game, on the other hand, it's not so much, and it seems to be working.
it's around
on a
50
little-
euros.
Yeah, but this one was I think 150, something like that, and that was just the base game without any
Yeah.
expansion, something like that.
Something like that. But this one is like, I always miss this 3D aspect. That's why I like Mega City Oceania. Because
Also-
it gives you that 3D feeling that you are building really city, but just like these are completely opposite. In one you are building cities in the future
Yes.
that are floating on the water, and in this one you are in medieval era. I just like this.
And
3D
he likes
aspect.
civilization type, so you can first play this one old one, then the new one, and
Yeah, like it's progression. And it's
Yes.
like, what? It's like, so yeah, that's my number one. Era medieval age. I had to remind myself about the name. I kind of forgot.
it's a good game.
I don't know, but it's a great game. Yeah.
We
So-
can see if it's a good game.
I think it is. I know. It is out for some time now. It is not like ESSEN release, and I think it has some decent
Don't know.
reviews, and people say it is really good.
Oh,
So I
nice.
trust people. And that is that. That's
Yes.
another top 10 list, and you will probably not get one for like what? A year? We could make it a year or so. We just gave them 2 top 10 lists in 1 month, in a month of span of 1 month. So yeah, you will not get one for a year. I mean, because when we go in 2020, then you can get one. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. We'll
Yeah, but
probably
there's a
continue.
lot of things that we need to do after we come back from ESSEN.
Yeah, a lot. And if you don't travel, we can do top 10 lists.
Yes, I hope I will not. So, in any case, I'm on my holiday days off, leaves for the next 3 weeks of with ESSEN. So, I plan to play every game I get from ESSEN.
Yeah, it's good when you can do that.
Yes.
We are going to come home probably around midnight,
Yes.
as each year, and then I have to get up in the morning and go to because I spent all my free days.
I'm sorry.
No, but I just couldn't take that many of free days.
I know.
So that is it. That's our top 10 list for ESSEN. What are you? Are you coming to ESSEN? You can probably
Find us.
find us there at in my box booth.
Yes.
Well, you can find me there. I'll be there probably each day from 2 to 4.
And if you find us, we can shake hands.
Yeah. and we wash our hands. We wash our hands. And that one girl that came us last year. No, it's completely different story. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it next time, but thank you.
After the ESSEN. Yes. So that is that. Pozdrav.
Bye-bye.